Hey, Fred Minnick here, and today we're going to taste the William LaRue Weller from the Buffalo Trace Antique Collection, clocking in at 125.3 proof. Giddy up! Now, of course, the Buffalo Trace Antique Collection this year is most noted for not having Stag in it this year. Well, Stag is definitely a contender year in, year out for American Whiskey of the Year, whatever the competition is, whoever the taster is. But so is William LaRue Weller. William LaRue Weller is a cask-strength wheated bourbon. You know, we're looking at these are coming from warehouses C, D, K, L, and Q. Those tend to get a these tend to get a lot of good airflow, and these tend to be warehouses that really yield a lot of sweeter flavors from Buffalo Trace. So I'm looking forward to this one for sure. You know, we're looking at a 12-year-old cask-strength wheated bourbon, which any day of the week, that's going to be good. So how this is going to work, in years past, when I was just a reviewer, so I would write reviews and they would be published, I would just taste something and I would write it. Here, you're going to get to see my reaction as I am tasting it. I'm going to comment on it as if this were, live. And then you are going to suggest what I tasted up against in a blind tasting later. Now, I would prefer that you pick bourbons that were obtainable and affordable. And, that way, if something wins, it beats it in a blind tasting, you could go to the store and buy it. Make your nomination in the comment section, and the YouTube members are going to vote on what I will taste up against the behemoth William LaRue Weller. So here we go. That nose is kind of dusty. It smells like an old dusty whiskey. So you got kind of like a dankness, like peanut shells, walnut shells, kind of like barnwood floor. That kind of dust. So when I smell that, I'm like, all right, either we got something funky coming on, or this may have a flawed flavor profile. Okay. I got to be honest with you. The nose of the William LaRue Weller is not exciting me. Smell that. Can you smell that right there? Can you smell that? Yeah, get up in there. Okay, this is definitely very vibrant. It's very fruit forward. This has a like a jalapeno jelly, real prominent jalapeno jelly note to it. Then there's like a cinnamon bread, and then there's a note in here that I very rarely associate with any brand from Buffalo Trace, and that's like a dehydrated orange. You get these vitamin C packs, before you go on the plane. Has a little bit of that kind of, so it's very citrusy, but it's like a dehydrated citrus. And then, maybe a touch of nutmeg and hazelnut. On the second taste, some pretty bright caramel blossoms on the tip of the palate. A little bit of bitterness comes in. It's like almost a briny bitterness. This is following a flavor profile, unlike any William LaRue Weller that I can recall. It's definitely different. It's not following that same kind of caramel bomb that I've had in years past. It's not layered in those same types of like creamy creme brulee flavors. However, this is tracking down a line of a whiskey that is so different and so unique for what it normally is. You kind of really get excited about it because it just shows you like the versatility of those warehouses and the different flavors it can yield. You know, what we're tasting here, you know, if I were to taste this blind, I don't know if I could tell you that this is a Weller. I really don't. I mean, it is so different for the flavor profile that I'm accustomed to with the William LaRue Weller. But I really like it. I really dig this. I mean, this is, I think this is a flavor profile that if you are a staunch Wild Turkey fan, if you are a staunch Dusty Drinker fan, this is going to be a huge hit for you. And, you know, what's interesting is that, you know, one of the things that's unique between like Weller and like Wild Turkey is their barrel entry proof. A lot of people get all fascinated with the secondary grain, like being wheated bourbon. But the fact is, most wheated bourbons are going into the barrel at far lower proofs. It's a tradition. And so Weller is going into the barrel around the same proof as Wild Turkey, which Wild Turkey is going below. I think they're about 2 points close, you know, to Weller right now. But this has some fun dusty notes to it, and it also has some like unique hardcore whiskey drinker notes to it. And it's not absent of the caramel. The caramel is very much there. It's just like the fourth or fifth note. So usually caramel is the number one note with William LaRue Weller, and it's followed by a bunch of other things. But here you have a cadre of unique earth notes, nut notes, and, you know, some fruit and the caramel. But I really dig this brininess. You know, there's a briny quality here that you get in a lot of scotches, and I dig it. I really like it. So I would love to know what you would like to see me taste this up against. Put it in the comment section of what you think I should taste this against in a blind tasting. And then I will take your nomination into the YouTube membership forum, and they will vote on what they think I should taste against. But that's going to do it for this week. If you'd like to learn more about me and my background, go to fredminnick.com, subscribe to my newsletter, and check out some of my books. I've written 7 books. I'm also a co-host of Bourbon Pursuit, and I have my own podcast called The Fred Minnick Show, where I sip bourbon with interesting people. But that's going to do it. Remember, vodka sucks unless it's being used for hand sanitizer. Cheers, everybody.